Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're looking at the Return of the Jedi Rebel Commando. So this is the Rebel Commando that we got to see going down onto the forest moon of Endor. And as you can see, it does have two faces here. So we have a regular face, and I've got two of these, so I did unbox one of them. So we do have a regular face here, and then we do have the face with the beard in that, which depending on what source you want to go with on this, could possibly be let's see, Captain Rex. So I think originally he did have a different name, and I can't remember the name offhand, but in retcons with the Clone Wars and everything else, and Captain Rex having been a character that George Lucas himself had created along with the Filoni, and then brought into Star Wars Rebels and everything else. Talks had been kind of going back and forth. Dave Filoni felt that it should be Captain Rex for this character instead of the name that they had originally given the character. As I pull everything out of here. Okay. So, depending on how you want to look at it, it's either going to be Captain Rex or someone else. So, we do have two different rifles. So we have more of a longer rifle, the smaller carbine, and a backpack to go along with, as well as the figure with the bearded face. I wanted one with a bearded face, so that was a big reason why I did want to get two, as well as normally with these I do like having a second figure and I've said this many times before, thinking about this stuff as a possible figure to use for role-playing. It just gives me a second figure there that I can use for a group. So oops, I'll get the bandolier here. Alright, and I'm a little close. Alright, so looking at this, back them up just a little bit more. So, we do have both faces here, one being the younger kind of generic face, as well as the older face here. And one of the things I remember hearing initially on some of the complaints were trying to change the face was not that easy. So, one of the things I did was I wanted to change the face just to see exactly how good or bad it is. Now, I've using the screwdriver bit on my knife here, and what I did is I had to kind of figure out exactly where we're changing this here, and this should just pop off, and it does, now that I've kind of loosened it up a little bit. So, we have a block here, so I don't know how well you can see that. It is kind of blocked out. And when we look at the face, there's like a little piece going down in here, and it is squared out, so I could change it out one way or the other. Now I'm going to put the bearded face back on because that's the face I want on this one. And everyone was saying that it's very hard to get back on, so I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what the case really is here, because the face is on there, chin strap is underneath, and it's holding on pretty good. So I really don't know what I'm doing wrong that everyone else was doing right, that I'm having an easier time than they were. It could just be pure luck or something, I don't really know, but just kind of leaving it at that. That is a complaint that I've heard, so we'll just kind of go with it. Now, looking at the figures, because they are identical, of course we do have our standard ankle joints. It is some nice blousing on here. This kind of reminds me of more the World War II blousing to go around the boots. And of course then we have our BDU pants, and looking at it, it looks like we only have a single knee joint. Yep, it's only a single knee joint, and this pants kind of covers up the knee. So when you do move it, it still looks pretty good here. We have a drop down pocket, so I think that's why they did that. Looks like a standard BDU type pants. And of course, right up here on the thigh, we do have our twist. We do not have a twist down lower. And we have a belt here with a couple pouches. So whatever pouches we're going to have in here, I'm going to guess that that's probably either for a map or for like a spyglass of some sort. That might even carry like their scope for the rifle, but we'll take a look at that here in a minute. And then we also have another pouch in the back, and then we have also a bandolier. So looking at the bandolier, it looks like we have a couple possible charges of something and like another grenade or something similar. Thermal, I don't see any thermal detonators, but it doesn't mean that in Star Wars there's not a more regular grenade of some sort. So they have their kind of badge here as well as something on their shoulder. The elbow is only a single elbow, so we only have a certain amount of mobility, and this really becomes more of our standard smaller figure. We don't have a twist on the upper arm, but we do at the elbow, and then of course at our wrist. So looking at everything now, the backpack is a little different, and because I already have everything out, I'm not going to scrunch through everything here because I already have it. But if I can get them to stand here for me, you know, we actually have regular straps to go on to put this over his shoulders, so it doesn't open up or whatever. And that is a feature I would really love to see in the future. I would love to see them actually have backpacks that we could put some of this stuff inside, even if they make it kind of a squared off pocket or something that we could throw maybe some different pieces inside there or whatever. But I think that would be really neat. Kind of going from there. Getting back to the figure though, we do have the shirt, and then this is a vest that's over it, and of course the vest is, you know, it's like a light jacket that's supposed to be the sleeves. So I do want you to understand that. We do not have the hole here for a different backpack, so we have to have this backpack going on if we want one on there. And it does look like it fits on pretty good. And it sits pretty decent on there. So you get to see how that looks. Now the carbine here is our standard carbine. It's just like the elongated pistol, and it does have a scope on there. And then when we have the rifle, this is, you know, we have our scope on here. Nothing comes off of here. We do have a nice longer barrel, kind of a rudimentary stock on there. But it is what we were seeing back in the day for our rifle. Now, I don't know what guns these were based off of or whatever else. Unlike the DL-44, where that obviously looks like a similar gun that was being used way back when. I don't know what they were using for these. If it was just a prop that they had designed or something, I really don't know. So in that regard, I'm a little on the ignorant side. So just bear with me on that one. But it is kind of nice being able to see, you know, we can have one character with the one and another one with the other. I figured the older guy here would probably be more of a commander of some sort or whatever. So I did give him, I almost felt like the boot had moved, but no, it wasn't. We do have a twist here at the ankle or at the knee. That's what kind of messed me up. All right. You know, we can have him hold the rifle up here, kind of like they're talking into a communicator or something and just trying to figure things out. You know, they're nice looking figures, they really are. And this is the helmet style I really do like. I wish I could find a helmet like that for myself. I found one years ago, but it's really kind of a crummy helmet. Maybe I should do a a video on that, but it was really kind of crummy, and I'm not a big fan of it. It was done out of metal. I think it was out of China or whatever, but I think they kind of missed the ball on that one. Didn't turn out as good as it could have been, but there again, it is what it is, and we just kind of go from there. But this is kind of, to me, the look I always kind of think of for a lot of the Rebel troopers. I know we had the Marines that we saw in A New Hope, and then on Hoth we got to see the cold weather troopers, and then of course then we have our jungle troopers here. So it all kind of works hand in hand, and being able to get extra troopers or whatever so you have a little bit is always kind of fun. So with that, I mean, this is the troopers we have. I think we covered everything here. I think we got a good grip, especially trying to show changing out the face, if you wanted to do that or not. Seeing that we do have two different faces, I think that's really kind of nice to have one of each. And we just kind of go from there. But thank you so very much for stopping by. Thanks for visiting. It's always wonderful having you around. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.